Hey there! So last time we saw the start of my Season 2 Kerbal Career Let's Play thingy, and then the actual version of .22 came out, and then I got really busy, and now I'm doing this. I'll tell you what happened when I can, but for now, this is Ambition 1. This is something I built with the first basic rocketry tech. The main innovations here were the science goo experiment and the use of decouplers. Now that we have those, we can actually build good rockets. I think this one might be able to make orbit, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't tested it. Just going to reserve that for you guys' enjoyment. So let's stop spinning, start launching, and then we'll start spinning after launching, no doubt. So, what happened to me to make me not do this thing for so long? Well, I kind of got a gig, actually. It was really weird. Oh, wow, that is not holding together all that well. Okay, yes, all this streaming stuff is starting to pay off in terms of, like, doing stuff. There's a very small convention here in Austin. It's called a Blogathon ATX. Precisely what it sounds, a bunch of people blogging, talking about blogging and setting up blogs and doing blogs and making good content, and I don't really understand most of it, but they wanted it live streamed. So I got to do that. Got to work with oh right, those are going to have to stay on there. Got to work with a really good video guy. He was doing all this sort of multicam fading and like a video mixer, all this fancy stuff. And it was really professionally done. And I was just getting a video feed and audio feed and pumping that into the internet and storing the data for future YouTubing. Oh yeah, I get to go do that at some point. Gotta sift through 8 hours of footage and pick out the 3 hours that are any good. But weirdest thing, it was an analog format on the video coming in. It was just standard composite video coming into my computer, and I had to bust to get that thing to talk to my computer. I went online, got a cheapy analog to digital converter thingy. It was like a little USB dingle-dangle that had composite cables coming out the other end of it, and that worked precisely as well as I had paid for. Oh, we are at about gravity turning altitude, so let's pretend that our tilt is now on purpose. So yes, that didn't work, and that didn't work, and that didn't work, and it didn't help that the night before I decided to upgrade to Windows 8.1, which coincidentally broke like all the drivers. And it's working now, but it wasn't working for a while there. But yeah, it wasn't working. I finally went to a friend who does this sort of thing as well. He had something that he thought could only take in HDMI, but I found a port on the back of it that could talk to the cable that came with the thing I bought, and by our powers combined, we managed to get the stream working. And I really hope I know how to edit FLV footage, because apparently that's what I captured, and I'm going to have to parse that through, and oh good lord. The video guy who uses a Mac will probably not be able to talk to whatever format I try to export in. Oh gosh, it's going to be a nightmare. Oh, we're turning now. Gravity turn time to go serious. It doesn't really matter where we end up. We just need to go to space and do science there. This stage is going for a long time. I expected it to burn out a while back. To be honest, I did not actually expect this thing to make orbit, but let's take a look at what we have going here. Yeah, this is going to space. We are going to space, and we're certainly going to orbit afterwards. Okay, let's just tilt all the way over. We've got our apoapsis of sufficient height, and we are pretty much in space now. And doing, we're in space. There's the music for space. Oh, another amusing story that I told on my live stream, but did not tell on the YouTubes. So, let's see, when was that? That must have been... Friday? No, not Friday. It would have been like Monday. Last Monday, we just got a humbungeber rain here, and I went down to a park where that has like a creek running through it, and it's like almost completely undeveloped. There's a few trails, but they're almost just trails based on where people happen to walk, not trails based on people decided to put a trail there. But yeah, that creek was so in flood. like, normally that creek is just dried up, but it was in flood, and we parked on one side, walked like a mile upstream, then saw a low crossing point, sort of crossed it, and then, without thinking, we walked back to our car on the wrong side of the creek, forgetting that it is in flood. And, yeah, long story short, I got back to where my car is on the other side of the creek, and decided, no, I'm not going to walk another 2 miles to go back and around and forward. And, yeah, I was wearing blue jeans, and I had to wade that thing. And wading turned into swimming, which turned into, like, me frantically treading water to keep my cell phone above my head. It was an experience. Okay, let's begin our orbital insertion. I said orbital insertion stage. There we go. Let's begin our orbital insertion. But yeah, weirdly enough, it wasn't as uncomfortable as one might think. I know that sounds surprising, but it wasn't that bad to be in, like, the wet blue jeans. It wasn't cold, so it wasn't any sort of clammy thing. It was just an odd experience. So, lesson learned, it's never as bad as you think it is. Let's observe the goo. Goo feels right at home here. Let's transmit that science. I think I might be able to go to the moon with this thing. And we are out of juice. Hold on, let's give it a bit of throttle. Okay. Yeah, we can use this as sort of a power plant, albeit with not much fuel. Okay, let's take a crew report as well. It's very round. Yeah. That's not very insightful. Let's just get on with it. Okay, so let's see, how do I want to go to the moon? Let's actually set a maneuver node. Because we might have enough fuel to get to the moon. We do not have enough fuel to get to the moon sloppily. Okay, let's just set a maneuver node there. And whoop, oops-a-day. And I would like a free return trajectory if I could. Yeah, like that. That's not a free return trajectory, that's a free escape trajectory. Well, not quite escape, but it's a free get out of here trajectory. Okay. Why did I not do this? I would think that I'd just keep on going around. That's weird. Oh. Here we are. Wait, that's not right. Here, wait, this might be it. No, we really don't need to do this. We can just go with what we got here. 715 meters per second of delta V. We should have that. And if we don't, we can just turn around when we need to. Oh boy. We're out of power. We can't steer. Hold on. Gonna give it a bit of gas. Okay, watching my electric charge go up. Okay, that is a bit more. That's 1 unit there. That should be enough to kill off that rotation. There we are. Lock that in. And time warp. As soon as we start getting near the burn, we'll have to go. And I suspect we'll have to do some adjustments when we start, but we don't have the power to do it without burning the engine. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to fiddle with our trajectory too much without cause. Okay, and there we are. Almost. Off by 30 seconds-ish. Pretty good. Okay, and there's 15, 10, and it's time to start going. Let's go. Oh, there we are. There, we're getting our power in. Oh, wow, we are going to make this with fuel to spare. I promise you, this was not supposed to be a free return thingamabobby, or like even a moon bobby. I was surprised it's got to orbit. I must be good at this game. Okay. Select that. Close that. But yeah, I'm really kind of annoyed that it's getting to be winter. Because about halfway through the summer, I discovered that I really liked being outside, especially around things that are natural bodies of water. And I don't know why I'd never done this before, but it is really quite enjoyable. Our encounter is being very odd. What's going on? Oh, well, we've got it. Hold on, we got it. Observe the goo. Goo feels right at home here. That's 30 sciences. Take it. And, crew report. Go. Look down on the Colware service. Boulders and stuff. Okay. EVA, this is where the money is, I think. And EVA report. 24 science. Yeah, that was a pretty good find. I think the goo is worth 30, but that'll do me, I think. Okay, so what we could do, I think, is... Okay, so we're going that way. What we'll want to do... and what if we burned retrograde, or not retrograde, along the 270. That should throw us out of the Mooner system. I'm thinking correctly. Nope, we're spinning. Cut fuel. Cut engines, rather. Okay, I don't know what I did, but we're not on a curb and escape trajectory anymore, so it was a good thing we did that. Whatever we did. I was trying to set us on a free return trajectory. Of course, it's not really a free return trajectory if you have to set yourself on it, but you know what I mean. Like, something that maybe looked intentional, in case anyone at home was just idly watching, but not paying too close attention. And they would, like, look up on the way in and say, oh, look, that's a free return trajectory. That David guy must be so smart. But it was not meant to be. We're going to have to do this the clunky way. But the clunky way worked just fine, I'll say. Okay, let's quick save, though, because I'm not entirely sure about everything ever. Let's fall in. And once we get to the atmosphere, I'm going to use the rest of my fuel. Are we in the atmosphere? Yes. Let's use the rest of our fuel to slow down. Ever since we started doing sample return sorts of things, I've been a lot more picky about landing or stopping, or however you want to call it. But the things that we're doing right now, I really try to do them a lot better than I used to. I mean, normally I'd be fine if the capsule survived, nothing else, but hey, we have other things we want and we have to get science out of them. Yeah, our parachute is activated. As soon as... Let's turn off SAS, we don't need that anymore. Wait, we probably should. We're now coming in at a weird angle. Oh well. Luckily that goo is very heat proof. And let's see if we can come in over land. No, I don't think land is in our future here. If we'd come in just a little bit more inclined, we would have been going like over that spit peninsula sorts of things. But no. Oh well, though. We'll be fine, I think. Oh right, I should really clean up my data files. This parachute is still really wonky from a mod that I installed in 0.21 that was supposed to clean up my textures. Like the stock textures, is supposed to make them more optimized, and I guess it optimized the transparency away on that parachute, because now it looks more like a hot air balloon. A very stretchy hot air balloon. Let's get down to Kerbal, shall we? Falling. 3,000, 2,500, 2,000, 1,500. Let's fall in natural like now. And hot air parachute deploying now. Lol. Okay, now we can warp all the way down. And that's actually kind of sicking. Okay, and we'll want to stop that now. Okay. 50 meters. 40 meters there. 30 meters there. And sploop. Aha. Now let's have, I don't know if we did this last time, but let's have Jeb get out, if we can get like this thing straightened up. No, I want to point with the door available. Roll, 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 roll. No, roll to there. Yeah, hold that. Now let's have Jeb get out. Do an EVA report from here. This is a most precarious situation. He thinks he's flying. That's interesting. Let's keep that data. Get back in. Store that data. Get out. Let go of the ladder. Swim over here. EVA report. Spacesuit was indeed necessary. You went to the moon, you silly Billy. Take service sample. We sampled the salt water. Let's keep the sample. And let's get back into the thing. I said in. In, please. Grab. Oh. Ragdolled. Oh. Whoa, what was that? Get in. Get in. No. Jeb, recover. Magically teleport back to Space Center. And just from existing, he had 30 signs. He had 15 signs on him. But let's switch over to the other thing. Bring that back. Ambition 1, you lived up to your name. You were supposed to maybe go to space and ended up going to the moon. Good job, Ambition 1. Okay, so let's recover that. 74 science. Wow. Okay, let's spend some of that now. Like right now, it's burning a hole in my science bucket. Okay. Now, what do we want? And this has radial parachutes and small engines. Those are good for anything that's not, like, huge. Radial decouplers, those are very important. But, okay, I am actually going to go for this first, because this has the gimbaled engines. And let's actually just see if we can't bring up the entire... Yeah, we just took the entire Tier 3 there. And was that Tier 3 or Tier 2? I've heard people call this both Tier 1 and Tier 0. So, actually, no, it made more sense if this was Tier 1, because you start with this. You don't even have anything to do with that. But yes, babbling now. Let's see, what else can we get? We have 52. We can pick... Let's see. We can take one of these. Okay, that's batteries. Those are important. Wait a minute. Those are struts. Those are also important. But okay, these are both batteries and the Science Junior. That would greatly magnify the amount of science we can do. And the batteries, those are always a plus. Okay, let's take that. We have 7 science left over. And we will spend them next time, hopefully, assuming we can get more science to use them with. Goodbye.